Good morning, everybody. My name is Mike. This is a mustache. I'm wearing a faux hawk, and today we're going to be going and getting our hands on a brand new-ish, new to me, truck. So come along for that adventure. I'll talk to you more about it on the way. I tell you, days like today, I really miss having a good pair of sunglasses. Now, I happen to notice one thing that I make a mistake of doing quite often whenever I'm recording some video here, and I don't know if I'm recording on that. So I have this tendency to realize that when I'm using the front-facing camera, everything's inverted. And from your point of view, right now, as it sits, it looks like I am driving on the right-hand side of my vehicle. When in fact, this is America, and we drive on the right-hand side of the road, the correct side, and that means I am actually on the left-hand side of the vehicle. It's just all inverted here in the camera. So hey, future me, the guy who's editing this video, yeah, you, why don't you go ahead and take the time to invert all of the back-facing camera footages that we have? And that way, it just turns out a little more consistent, okay? Would ya? Yeah? Kinda? Good. Glad we could have this talk. And I'm definitely happy it went 100% in my favor. So, let's go ahead and check and see how this recording went so far. Here is today's game plan. I am still in my friend's borrowed Ram 1500. A friend of mine named Josh. Good guy. A little bit quiet, a little bit shy sometimes, but all around a really great guy. He's been letting me use this truck that's... Oh no, I spilled. Oh no, I almost crashed. Hold on. Oh man, that sucks. Oh boy. All up in my butt crack and everything, man. Okay, I'm back, sort of. So what happened there just now, I spilled my energy drink in my lap, and I spilled it mighty good. And then while I was distracted about that, I almost drove myself right into a gas pump. You know what's a great idea is trying to drink an energy drink and maintain an energy drink in a truck with no cup holders at the same time you're trying to film a vlog for a video that you're producing for your YouTube channel. Ha! As I was saying, my friend Josh has been graciously allowing me to use this truck. It's a 2002 Ram 1500. It accelerates slower than the speed of a fart, to be perfectly honest. And I've done a little bit to fix this thing up. It's in much, much better condition now, despite the way that it may look. But I've been using this, and a Ram 1500 is pretty tiny for my line of work. I'm an HVAC contractor. And I need a lot of space, and I need a truck that's definitely a heavier duty work truck. There's that. Number two is that I think I may have had this video up before. I don't know if I ever finished editing it or posting it, but we need to have a tow rig or a hauling rig if we're going to make it out to the King of the Hammers. We also need to have ourselves a reliable machine. So I had done a lot of thinking, and we had a couple of different options, which I think that I'll run by in my office here in this video. Hi there, it's me from the future. This is a mustache, and I'm wearing a faux hawk. Glad that you noticed. So, I completely forgot that I had called myself out in this video for an explanation as to why it is we got the vehicle that we got our hands on. I also did, in fact, record a video about this subject quite a while ago. In fact, early on, whenever I had decided on going upon this journey in the first place, and then I reformatted my computer before I had a chance to edit the dang thing, and it never got posted. So, here I am right now to explain to you what I had so far. So, first of all, I had decided it would be a great idea to pick up a cheap RV. In fact, I wonder if I can go onto some of these, maybe get some B-roll footage. Alrighty, so here we are on Facebook. Now, all that I simply did was type in RV and campers over here on our screen, and we came up with a couple. Now, I don't see... Oh, here we go. So here's a good example of one that I'd seen. Oh, here's a better example. So this here is a drive-along type of a camper, as you can see within this footage here. And these things typically have some nicer sized gas-powered engines that will happily tow along something, and they're typically heavier duty vehicles anyway due to the extra weight they need to carry. So I thought it would be a grand idea to get my hands on one of these things and tow a nice sized trailer behind it in order to haul this vehicle on over to California. There I have my camping utensils, I have my tow rig, and I really have everything I need. I've got a shower, I've got a kitchen, I've got a bed, I've got a base of sorts, I've got a place where I can sit down at the end of the day and edit my videos and get them prepared and going on for the next little bit. And I thought this was a pretty fantastic idea. Now, RVs are not cheap to work on at all. You can get your hands on these. This thing is not a bad price here, but who knows what kind of conditions that's in. I mean, these people didn't even take the time to take pictures of the inside. They say battery not working, but good inside, and that's, you have to, you know, that's just their word. So you never really know. There's all kinds of other options here too. Let's see if I can just type in RV. I know I'd come across some nice priced ones. See, now here's another one that's not too bad. Now this is a more expensive one. I was actually looking more in like the $2,000 to maybe $4,000 price range. But this one here, not bad. It has all the makings and the needs. We have ourselves, what is this engine here? We have ourselves probably, oh, it doesn't even say, unfortunately. It might say. It looks like it does not. Oh, but it's gasoline. So, it fits the bills. I was dead set whenever I was talking before about getting myself a gasoline engine because they are cheaper to operate, they're cheaper to work on. In my personal experience, from what I've seen, they're also a bit more reliable as well. And anything diesel, from what I've seen, just cost an arm and a leg. I mean, you got, you know, dinguses trying to sell their 1997, you know, 3-valve Cummins Manly F-1030 for $28,000 because it's a real man's diesel. And I'd seen that stuff and went, yeah, your you know, box is not worth that much money. I'm not going to be spending that money only to pick it up and then spend yet another $20,000 on that one sensor that it needs to be working the right way. So I was totally hell-bent set against the diesel idea. So I was looking into gas vehicles. Now, there is a new issue, which I had proposed up in this video earlier. I need to have a work truck. I need something reliable that I can daily around and use for my work and also get myself out of my friend's truck. So I came to the conclusion that if we're going to be going on this adventure, I probably need to find something that I can dual source or dual use or some form of a multi-use vehicle. So I thought to myself, okay, well, what if I get myself a work truck and I haul myself a gooseneck trailer? Now, what I was thinking initially that I would do is probably just get myself a smaller truck and a smaller trailer, and I would just rough it. I'd hop in a tent and I would spend time outside and I'd just simply not shower for a little bit because we're out in the desert anyway and it's not that big a deal. I know that kind of sounds gross, but you got to do what you got to do. It wasn't the world's best idea. It wasn't the world's most flattering concept or solution that I'd come up with, but that's kind of what we were sitting at, is how to get that knocked out and taken care of. So I came up with that idea, and I brought that idea up to other people, and one person said, hey, why don't you just haul a gooseneck trailer and then put a cab over camper in it? And at first I didn't like the idea too much, but I thought about it and it got better and it got better. So I think what would be best, based on all that, is to get myself a dually and then set a cab over camper on a gooseneck trailer and then haul that. I need about a 30-foot trailer, give or take a little bit, to haul everything that I need based on what I've seen so far. But so far that's going to work out absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I got a big work truck that I can use for work. I can pull the boxes out super easily and then I can just set a trailer in it, call it good. So that's how I came to this conclusion. Now, you'll notice I said no diesels. Hopefully I didn't spoil anything too much, but that's what we've got going on. Let's see, I did everything. Yeah, I think I covered everything. So I don't know how much of that video I'm going to use, how much of it I'm going to cut out, but back to you, Past Mike. Assuming that I did, in fact, have that conversation, whether just now or in a separate video entirely, I did a lot of Facebook searching whenever I was busy, trying to edit videos or doing other stuff, and I came across a lot of options. So I found a truck, I looked at it, I did some research on the specific truck that I'd found, I learned some things, I came up with a budget on what we needed to do to get this thing fixed and working and operating in acceptable condition to do what we needed to do, and then I made an offer, and the seller agreed to my offer. So now I have a truck. But the truck is not quite yet roadworthy. It's very close, but it's not quite yet roadworthy. So we now need to go on over to grab ourselves a truck that can haul a gooseneck trailer. I've arranged to have one borrowed. That's what we're doing right now. And then the seller is actually lending us his trailer to move the truck with. So, to me that sounds absolutely fantastic. I am very, very enthused about that. So, let's go and get ourselves a truck. Let's get ourselves loaded up. We're gonna grab some straps and some wingdings and some shenanigans, as well as some recording stuff to make this a little bit easier. And then we're going to go and load up a little bit more at my shop. And then we're gonna go and see if we can work on a truck, get it loaded onto a trailer, and then haul it back to my shop where we can talk a little bit more about the choices that I made. We'll see you there. And so now we're here. There's the truck that I drove here in. There's the truck that I'm going to be using to haul my truck over to my place with. We're going to see how this goes. I got to go get some keys. I probably got to play a little bit of musical vehicles because there's a truck over there that I got to move to, I think. I might be able to squeeze this one out, but there's a little bit of rearranging I'm going to have to do. So that was kind of a quick update. But let's go ahead and I guess I'll get to it because I need both hands. Talk to you later. It's one of those days. The sun's out. It's kind of bright. It's cloudy though at the same time. Anyway, this is the vehicle here. I'm going to be explaining this vehicle much more in better detail back at my shop whenever I've gotten this thing unloaded and taken care of. But we got a couple of things we got to do. First things are, let me go ahead and swing on over here. Got our hands on a new starter. The new starter that's in this thing here. There we go, new starter right there. The starter that's in it is all tired and worn out and won't start the vehicle at all. And then of course we got new batteries. So there ain't nothing to it but to do it. Let's go ahead and see if we can get ourselves set up, get ourselves recording, and change out a couple of bits and pieces, shall we? We're gonna go and hop up underneath this thing, but before I do, there's a little bit of a disclaimer that I have to mention here. I done did goof on my drive on over here. I got on the brakes, and the two batteries that I purchased slid on forward, and they smashed into the little frame that I had purchased to hold the light and the boom mic for this camera. And so now I don't have a light or a boom mic that I can properly support with this camera. So you're just simply stuck looking at it through the inverted screen backwards in comparison to what you should be seeing. And will kind of have to deal with that, unfortunately. I am going to try to get up underneath here and get you guys a good view of the workspace and maybe even the work that needs to take place. We're going to remove the starter and see if we can get that replaced. So come along with me if you can. Oh, also, I forgot to make mention here. There is some cow patties laying on the ground, and I guarantee you by the time we're done here, I will have probably stuck my face, hand, or other appendage of some sort into a space that is occupied by a cow patty. So, be ready to laugh at my misfortune. I am quite sure it's inevitable and destined to be happening anytime now. Now, if you look straight up from where you're at, right there, we have ourselves the starter. I'm going to try to frame this so I can catch it all at once if I can. See, would that work? Go on a little bit more. A little bit. Okay, back some. Well, that almost works. Alright, you can almost kind of see some electrical connections hanging out over here. Then we got ourselves the mounts over here. Now things have changed a little bit, but we're going to go ahead and see if we can yank all this out. I'm actually going to try, the batteries are out right now so we don't have to worry about disconnecting anything. I'm going to try to actually take the starter out by itself first, set it aside, and then I'll reposition you so you can see me take apart these wires. And I'll try to let you know what sizes I see that I need as it goes. Here we have ourselves a nice little wrench that was lent to me here. See how this works. Oh boy, there we go. Oh, beautiful. Oh, wow. Oh, my eyes. I have never used one of those before. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm already pretty impressed. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right, watch your face. Watch your face. Okay, here I have myself a couple of connections. I've got a 9/16 in my hand right now. Had a 9/16 in my hand. And that just ain't doing it. That's 9/16 right there. Let's see, it looks like I need to take off this connection and this connection. So let's go ahead and try the next size up. Should be a 5/8, I believe. Alright, let's see here. What do we got? Oh, that's a perfect fit right there. Right. This is another one of those reasons you want to make sure you disconnect the battery, because if you touch these two terminals together, the dang thing starts. And that'll ruin most people's day. Oh boy. So I'm trying to work backwards and through the lens of a camera. It ain't the world's easiest thing to do, that's for sure. I mean, it ain't difficult either, it's just kind of awkward. There we are. Come on. Come on. Off you go. The rest of the way. All the way. Get off there. Oh, I lost that shot. That dang thing. Here we go. Oh boy. I'm never going to find it, are I? Oh, cool. I found it. Alright, now this guy. I looks like I got a Phillips head on one side. That's only just a grounding strap. Well, that's relatively easy. Let's see. Do I have a small wrench nearby? That might be a 5/16, I think. Now let's see how this works. Got a Phillips head on this side. And is this a 5/16? Oh wow, it is. Hallelujah. Oh, sorry, I'm like right in the way. There we go. All right, 5/16 and a Phillips head screwdriver did the job just fine. So we can get it off by hand. If I can see through the viewfinder here. Here's the box end. Make life a little bit easier. All right. Oh no, I lost that one too. Dang it. Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and put this back on so it doesn't get lost, unlike that washer. Let's go ahead and pause it here and take this over to the truck, and we're going to go ahead and compare the old with the new. Okay, here we are. So here's our old starter that we had plucked out of there. These are actually the mounting bolts that were holding the starter in place. I'll talk to you about that here in just a second. And here we have ourselves the new starter. Let me go and grab a rag. That'll be alright. Here we go. Here's our new starter here. So there's a couple of things that we're always going to want to check on the newer starters versus the old starters. The main thing is the distance from this surface here to the end of this here. Same thing on that there too. Now this one here looks like it's already been replaced. This is the updated version of the starter that was in there. So we're probably going to be just fine. It all looks pretty similar to me from just eyeballing it where I'm at right here. So I think that we're going to be plenty fine, good enough to go. I don't foresee any issues. For those of you who are wondering, you want to cull or you want to know your tools before you get in there, these bolts here have a 1/2 inch head on them, unless somebody's been under there goofing around and changed them out already. These on the back here, these are actually 5/8. Oops. These bolts here are actually 5/8. You only have to remove this one. Do not worry about this one. And this guy here is just a grounding strap, nothing really special going on there. On the old starter, it actually had a Phillips head bit on the back side. This front size is 5/16. I hope that helps some of you guys get your tools together to be able to change this thing out. This thing came out super easy. It's probably because these diesels leak so much dang oil that everything just stays lubricated. But I'm pretty happy with the way that went. So let's go ahead and put the new one in, and then once we get that done, we can put some batteries in this thing and see if it'll start. Okay, just looking here in the viewfinder, it's looking to me like we might actually be missing a little bit here, perhaps. I only pulled out 2 bolts myself, and I'm seeing what looks like 3 mounting locations. Let me go look in the truck real quick, see if there's a missing bolt. I found some bolts. I found these 2 hanging out inside the truck. They may or may not be the ticket that we're looking for. Let's give them a try. That one threads in, but it sure is loose. No, it's alright once you get it in a couple threads. That ain't too bad. That ain't too bad. That might do the job. Another way I kind of like to check these things is take the old bolt and check them. And it is definitely different. These are definitely different threads. Now, is it just a coincidence, or does it also do the same thing in these other holes? No? Okay, well, let me go ahead and test my logic in that there then. If I grab one of these older ones and put it up here, does it thread in? Oh, it does beautifully. Oh, that's much better. That is much better. Okay, let's go ahead and check this bolt out then. So I found this bolt here. This is the one I found in the cab. And I always like to, if I can, let me see if I can do this here. Check the threads against each other like so. And it looks like we might have different threads here. Oh no, maybe they're about the same. So then by that logic, this should fit in that hole. This is weird. I'm like looking through the viewfinder to find this hole. I'm way out of the way. How bizarre. Now I'm just doing it by feel. I got the wrong hole. No, that was the right one. So it won't fit in this one either? No, sure won't. Okay. Alright, we only have 2 bolts, unfortunately. So we're going to have to make do. Alright. Upsy daisy. In you go. I could probably find a quick way to thread that in, but it's just a little bit of an awkward spot is all. Yeah, there you are. Great. I tell you, that went pretty well. Let's still reverse. Let's go forward here. Switch directions. I think I gotta get myself one of these. Those are pretty nice. Nope, didn't like that. Okay, that's solid enough. It's not perfect, but it's solid enough. Alright, let's go ahead and move you over here. I'm going to try to work on that wiring in such a fashion that I don't get in your way too much, but I will probably also get in your way quite a bit. So be sure not to yell at me too much in the comments. Dang it. All right. All right, good. See if I can get this on there. Will I be that lucky? Does not appear that that'll be the case today. There we go. Get that nice and snug. Sounds like the property owner's back. I might very well let y'all loose here and catch back up with you in a moment. Many of y'all have installed batteries before. I don't think that any of you need a tutorial on that. And the rest of this I just have to do by feel. I'll let you know if I set my head down in cow patties. Talk to you later. This video is getting a little bit long, so I decided I'd go ahead and cut it here. That'd make life a little bit easier for all of us. Remember, all of the imagery that you're seeing in this video is inverted because that's just the way that my phone records, and I did not take the time during editing to straighten things out. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. In conclusion, I was able to talk to the owner there, get the vehicle up on the trailer after a little bit of a mechanical argument going on there, and then haul it back to my shop where in the next video we'll unload it and talk about this truck a little bit. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give me one of these or maybe one of those depending on your opinion. If your opinion goes deeper than that, then feel free to say something about it down in the comments below. And I sure would be happy if you felt like taking the time to subscribe to my channel today. I hope to see you in the next video, and until then, have yourself a good one.